As puberty begins, hormones are released.
Reminding me that with these 6 words in this diagram, we all now have a greater understanding of the female reproductive system than many of the people legislating about it.
The uterus? I thought girls had vaginas.
They do. It says it on the screen right here. The narrator probably mentioned it before getting to the uterus part, but we're just pretending that wasn't discussed for comedy's sake.
If you don't get out of here right now, we're gonna Jackson Pollock all over your pants.
Who?
He's a famous abstract expressionist.
If your pants look like a Jackson Pollock painting after arriving, then you should seek immediate medical attention regarding the blotches of red, yellow, green, and Mr. Pollock's signature. This drawing does an okay job of visualizing the difference between RNA and DNA, but it's ultimately useless if all the important labels are MIA. I am unnerved that most of the people at this table are tackling the contents of their plates in a similar fashion. All their mashed potatoes and rolls are gone, but no one's touched their protein. Letting your precious meat go cold is a huge mistake.
Andrew, did you know that Duke Ellington died in this house? What can I say? I love cocktail facts.
I prefer facts. You know, the ones that are actually true and not just factually inaccurate setups for ghosts voiced by Jordan Peele that give terrible relationship advice.
Oh, please, Nick slipped right out of me.
Mom, Andrew's here.
He's family. Anyway, he shouldn't be afraid of a vagina.
True, but there's a big difference between fearing a vagina and not wanting to hear how easily your best friend slipped out of the one attached to his mother.
Mom, loosen your
I
grip.
want to put you back up inside.
We all have crazy thoughts about the people we love. It happens. But I refuse to believe that anyone would say them in front of company, at the dinner table, and in exactly the way my mom did.
There's gotta be tongue.
Major tongue.
And you want to flick your tongue around.
Ideally.
And you really want to get your tongue underneath hers, too.
Yeah.
This is deliberately bullshit, but it's still better advice than anything Sebastian gave to Ariel and Eric.
Stings, but it's worth it.
Capitalizing this W. Well, I certainly didn't expect to come into work today and see the animated dongadoo of an adolescent, and I feel that should have been made very clear in the opening Netflix trigger warnings, or at the very least, my employment contract.
Now stare at that cat clock and massage your dinger.
But isn't this the perfect opportunity to tell him to stare at the pussy on the wall and then cut to the cat clock? May have been the only time I laughed the entire episode.
Just picture your dad's associate, Susan.
Listen, I once used nothing more than a birthday balloon and blind determination, and even I think this is an unnecessarily uncomfortable way to practice onanism. Flicking the door lock, releasing the handle, and then tapping the door does not open the door to the car. If it worked that way, we'd all be accidentally flung out of cars at all speeds.
Your father's penis is my glass slipper.
And you're my Cinderella.
Wait, in this metaphor, she's stomping on his penis? Or is he fornicating with her foot? What am I supposed to be learning from this example, and why is erection? Also, I'm going to need to watch the version of Cinderella that these two grew up with, because I do not remember Disney showing the titular character inserting a glass slip shoe into her royal yoo-hoo.
And then you kind of zhush it down.
I'm guessing Andrew wasn't a planned pregnancy.
Barbara, what are you doing with my last good banana?
Why are all the bananas his in the first place?
Dr. Oz says they need to learn.
Dr. Oz.
Let's just stop talking about the dance and just focus on the fundamentals of basketball.
I don't know. I feel like there's some overlap to explore. One involves physical exertion, scoring, boxing out, shooting a free throw, dunking, driving to the hole, and an abundance of dribbling. And the other is basketball.
Bruh, I can't believe the dance is the same night as the Knicks game.
And I can't believe every teen in this show sounds 35. I've blurred this for obvious reasons, so just believe me when I say that the sin here is stretching your foreskin so your can talk about sports. Behind every one of these squares is an animated penis running around playing basketball, which is entirely unrealistic because running on your balls would make for a very uncomfortable and extremely short game.
I knocked the wind out of my balls.
Maybe someone will learn something about sex and bodies and all that while watching this show. So let me be clear that there is no wind in the balls, and f*** you, show, for making it all even more confusing.
Let's watch the sex scene from Dallas Buyers Club.
Bad Netflix. Stop masturbating. Keep doing that and your subscriptions will fall off. The ghost of Duke Ellington tries to distract Nick from his unhealthy comparison woes by advising the kid to find a pretty girl rather than give him an uplifting speech about no two flicks being alike.
Bingo bango, furry triangle, if you know what I'm saying.
But surely a furry triangle wouldn't provide the right pitch or tone. Wouldn't it just sound like a muffled... Oh... At the start of the episode, this sign said no dry humping. Then it was updated to some dry humping. And now it says only dry humping? Either someone is willingly dry humping with this signage or someone is recklessly dry humping with school policies.
I love magic. It's like juggling, but it's definitely more confrontational.
Not the way I juggle.
Those girls are gonna eat him alive and then barf him out because they're bulimic.
You're f***ing funny. She's funny.
She is not. Okay, the hormone monster has a tattoo of someone called Connie on his arm, which is making me start to wonder if this monster isn't in Andrew's head and actually does exist on a plane of existence that only Andrew can see. And if this creature's been sent on a mission to f with the hormones of kids, this suddenly becomes the softcore parody of Monsters, Inc. that not a single soul asked for.
Exclusive. Laurel and Farty are about to fight.
Choosing Laurel and Farty instead of Pinky and the Brain, Key and Squeal, Bonnie and From Behind, Abbott and Costellatio. Have we done enough yet? Because you don't want to hear what I had for Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, yes.
Wow. 12 hours and 1 minute.
Neither of these two are sweaty, out of breath, or dead after 12 hours of penetrative canoodling. And yes, the irony that I didn't try to force penetrative canoodling into a portmanteau is not lost on me.
I regret one fight I had with my saxophonist, Studs Dupree. I was waiting for him to apologize, and then he died of a heroin overdose.
The Ghost of Christmas Jazz is referring to Cornell Dupree, who actually died waiting for a lung transplant after suffering emphysema. Who cares about facts when you've got a punchline to write?
Could you refer to me as Nanchi, the goddess of social justice, and also fishing?
And also the sea, marshlands, animals, birds, fish, dreaming, and a litany of other things. Listen, Missy, no one likes being pigeonholed into one thing when Wikipedia can summarize your entire legacy on a single webpage.
We decided to come alone.
Title of my sex tape? And yes, there were plenty of candidates in this episode, but this one feels most faithful to my repertoire.
You know, I find that being alone is actually a great gift because it prepares you for what real life is like.
Missy would be depressingly excellent at suck it up, kid, you're in the real world now, Sins.
Hi.
Skip.
I'm okay with it.
Premature, sell a dance, a cream your pants, ejaculation.
You have a really big mouth.
Roll commercials.
Hey, pants, there's your stupid phone.
I have no idea what swimming in a toilet bowl of your own disappointed semen while they direct you to your misplaced smartphone is supposed to symbolize, nor am I asking for it to be explained to me.
What happened to you?
Better question, why the f are you laying face down in a poop petri dish puddle?
It's embarrassing.
Everything's embarrassing.
Everything is so embarrassing.
But nothing's more embarrassing than the fact that I'm about to remove a sin for a show that contains several giant peens with arms and pubic hair playing basketball to a song called Big Dicks. It's ridiculous, pun intended, shocking, outrageous, and gross. But only because we don't f***ing talk about this enough. And we should. There, I've hit my climax. And no, I don't want a mass debate about it.
Are you the puberty fairy?
Calmly assuming this is a puberty fairy instead of immediately screaming, "Ah, there's a f***ing lion unicorn man thing in my bedroom. Where's my mommy?"
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Fallopian. What a savory word. Describes exactly what it is, you know what I mean?
I have no idea what you mean.
I'm just really good at s***ing now, that's all I'm saying.
Bollocks. Well, how do you do it best then?
Just deep. Try to get really deep, right up to the balls.
And do you put the balls in?
What?
I've heard you got to put the balls in, really, to make it work.
Yeah, can do. Some girls like it, some don't.
Let's watch the sex scene from Dallas Buyers Club.
All right.
Can I talk to Dana?
There is no Dana, only soul.
Bingo bango, furry triangle, if you know what I'm saying.
That was nonsense.
Lord stinks! Yeah!
I've never danced with a boy before. What am I supposed to say?
My density has popped me to you.
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you randy? Yeah.